Hello everybody and welcome back to another video by Funland Tutorials. In today's video, I will not be talking about any economic topic as such. Rather, I'll be discussing how I read, quote unquote, how I read academic papers. Now, there are a couple of disclaimers that I need to put. One is this is a very discipline specific exercise. So it depends on what subject you're from. If you're more of a theoretical, if you're from a theoretical background, then you will go for the descriptive portions of the paper more so than the numbers. But if you're from a more analytical discipline, then you'll go for the numbers. The next point that needs to be mentioned here is it's also dependent on the objective, why you're reading the paper. If it's for literature review purpose, then in most cases you do not go into the greater details. You will stop at more broader perspective. I'll go into details of what I mean by a broader perspective. But if you're doing it for presentation, that is, you need to present this particular paper, of course, you'll go into the deeper insights. Now, one FAQ here is that what platform to use. I would usually suggest digital notes because I am more comfortable with digital notes, but you can also use physical notes. Whether you have to print it or not, I personally go for printing only when there's presentation involved. If I have to go for a literature review, I don't usually print a paper. Even when I'm presenting the paper, I don't always print it. Does it help if you have a print? Yes. Is it indispensable? Maybe not. I could still probably survive without the print. It's just that having a physical copy helps you with managing screen time or just writing little notes here and there. The main way in which I do digital notes is basically, so I have this screen, I take split screen, I display my PDF here and I write my notes here. Which apps do I use? I mostly use Notion. Sometimes, very rarely, I use OneNote. What I do is I'll show what I do when I'm using OneNote, and I have not yet used Microsoft Word, but I would assume or I would hope Microsoft Words is that if you do not have Notion or OneNote, you can use Microsoft Word because it just gets the work done. So this is basic idea of the beginning. Now, how I do it is I do it in layers. So what do I mean by layers? The first thing that I do is I try to get the idea of the paper. Now, what do I mean by the idea of the paper? Essentially, I need the author, the year, the journal, and maybe something else. Primarily the author, the year, and the journal. These are the three things that I note when I actually study a paper. Not that it's essential, but I like keeping a note of that. The second thing that I do is I note the headings. So how many headings does it have? Then I note the subheadings. So when I'm doing digitally, I keep space and I just start writing the headings first. Then I make space and I start writing the subheadings like that. Only then do I read the body of the paper. And what is the order in which I read the body of the paper? I first read the abstract. And I read the abstract in details. Whether you're doing it for a presentation or whether you're doing it for a literature review, I always read the abstract in details. Then I go for the introduction. In most cases, I also read the introduction in great details unless it's very long. If it's too long to read, I may not. But in most cases, I do read the entire introduction. The third thing is I go for straight to the end of the paper and I read the conclusion. Again, unless it's too long to read, in most cases, I do read the details. Next, I look at the topics of the headings of the paper and in most cases, what I usually do is I go through the theory of the paper. So the maybe how the data is collected, maybe the literature review, maybe the story of the paper, basically the theories. And after that, I go for the econometric model. The reason why I do this is in most cases the econometric model is based on the theory of the paper or the basic concepts. So unless I understand the story, it becomes very difficult to understand the model, why the model is the way it is. In fact, sometimes I also read the results and discussions and or slash discussions, basically where they report the findings of the paper. Sometimes I even read this before econometric model, because if I know this, then it helps me understand. It basically gives me that this is like the destination, and this model is like a route to me. So it helps if I know the destination when I'm trying to understand the route. So this is basically how I study the paper.